Hey, hey, beloved tribe and friends and family, the Shumanites, how in the world are you? I am excited to talk to you today. I'm going to drop some truth today. And I pray and believe that you all will hear and be able to embrace it. And I'm not going to say hi to everybody because I got to cover some ground, but I will see you. Oh my goodness, I want to say hi. I want to say hi. Hey, hey, hey. I see you. I see you. Okay, I got to stop that. Let me show you. Hey, let me show you what is happening right now energetically before I go on to share with you the message I have. Oh my goodness, everybody, I just want to speak to you all. Everybody stay hydrated. I'm going to have a drink real quick. Good old naturally alkaline spring water. So, see you. Hey there, Donna. Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I want to say hi to everyone, but I can't. So let's look really quickly. Let's look and see what's happening here. Let me pull it up. And this has just happened as I've been preparing to come on live. How about that? So here we are. This is Cumiana, Italy. Those of you who may be wondering, well, what's that about? Well, that's just one of the observatories where they watch and observe the Schumann resonance. I'm going to pull it up here and hopefully we won't have so much of a reflection. Well, it's reflecting a lot, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Do you see these black spikes? This is very recent, and look at all of them. Oh, thank you, Lonnie. I see that. Lonnie has hit me 100 stars. Thank you, thank you. That's $1. Thank you. Someone from Norway. I can't greet everyone. Yes, Bex. I think that would count too. I would choke though if I tried to drink some red wine. I don't do so well with any alcohol. All right, here we go. All right, but enjoy it. Okay, look at these black spikes. Let's zoom in so you can see them better. As my old mentor used to say, he was from Maine, had an old Maine accent. He'd say better. Where there were R's, he would put an H. Look at all those. How many have we got here? Well, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that I'm seeing right off. But there may be more. And some of these may be stacked upon one another. Now look at all the red spikes also. So for those of you who are new, black spikes are indicative of timeline shifts and timeline jumps. In other words, this is an opportunity to leave your current timeline and move to a better one. How do you jump to a new timeline? Oh, thank you, Chris. Chris just sent me 100 stars, another $1. Thank you so much. I appreciate it a bunch. I received these as hugs and kisses. Thank you so much. Okay. Lots of love back at you. So, a timeline shift, for instance, think about this. If you're looking, if a timeline was actually a line, which I say it's more of a corkscrew probably, who knows? there are different timelines available out there. We won't go into how, we don't really know, but we have some ideas. And if you are vibing, pardon me, with a very high frequency vibration like love, unconditional divine love, then you're going to be drawn to a higher timeline. Oh my goodness. I can't be coughing now. I gotta talk. Excuse me a minute. Woo. Have another drink. Okay, hope that will take care of that. So if you're vibing to a high frequency, you're going to be drawn automatically to a high frequency timeline. Let's say you have a timeline right here, if time were aligned, and right here there's a disaster coming. I don't know, World War III, nuclear disaster, whatever, something icky and negative. All of a sudden, a black spike appears on the Schumann resonance, indicating a new timeline is available to those who would like to check out from here and go to another one. So you set your intentions, your heart, your emotions, your thoughts, your frequency to a higher place, where when the new timeline may come close and be available, the new dimension, you are automatically drawn in. That's what I believe. That's what some other people believe too. So we have a bunch of black spikes coming available right now. It doesn't mean it has to happen at the very same moment on the Schumann resonance at the very time we see the black spike. Matter of fact, at this point, time is now fluid. There's no telling what's going to happen in the near future or time, because time is relative, right? So things are going to be kind of flux right now, and all kinds of possibilities are going to be available. So now take a look here. This is still Kumiana. You see what's happening? Shaboom, bang, shazam. Okay, try to get in the right side of your brain so you can follow me. Some things are bigger than a linear thought pattern, and so it is with things like this that tend to go into the quantum field. You can't grasp what we're doing, where we're going, if you try to think in some sort of logical left-brained reptilian brain. That's right. The left side aligns with the reptilian brain. It's a terrible name in my opinion. The right side is a childlike, beautiful, creative, feeling, heartfelt side of you. So let's go there, shall we? And shaboom and shazam are creative words that will help you get there. So that's why I say foolish things like that from time to time and put them on my posts. They're to assist. Oh my goodness, Patty Lynn, thank you. I see 500 stars. Thank you. $5. Oh. There. Got into the end of it. Thank you, Patty Lynn. Thank you. I just happened to see it sort of out of the corner of my eye. We would have missed all those arrows if I hadn't turned it around. Okay, back to what I was saying. Look at this. Now, this over here represents hertz on the Kumiana Schumann resonance chart. This goes all the way to 105 hertz. Let me enlarge it so you can see that, hopefully. Starts way down here at 0. Oh, Karen, you sent me 20 stars, 20 cents. Thank you, Karen. I'm feeling the love, y'all. So here we are, right? Look at it spiking. Red is the most intense color available on this particular chart. Now, if we were on the Russian chart with Tomsk University, the highest is white, or black if you want to go that direction. And on this one, you could say red or black. But we see this intense red shooting right out the top and right out the bottom. So we're looking at pretty possibly, well, we don't know how high this is going, but this is high frequency that is available to us right now. And we can ride these frequencies. This is when often I would show you someone surfing. Somebody on a surfboard, you know, the little cartoon icon on the waves, which is the Schumann wave, which is what they call it. Because it literally, okay, I'll show you my bad artwork. I can do better than this, but here we are. You ready? There it is. Let's imagine that circle in the center is Earth. And this is the outer part of our atmosphere, the outer line. The Schumann resonance happens, it comes from Earth's crust. It's triggered by lightning sprites, energetic emissions from volcanoes and earthquakes. And it comes from the crust. And it goes up and hits the ionosphere at the very top, and it does the Schumann wave thing all the way around the Earth. So people say, oh, it's in Cumiana, but what about us? We're in Australia or America or whatever. It'll be there soon. Just relax. The Schumann resonance is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. It will be everywhere soon if it's not there right now. So when we see, you know, the chart here in Cumiana, Italy, that's just the observatory location, which is documenting what the Schumann is doing. Okay, so it's blowing the walls out right now. It's blasting out the top. It's blowing the roof off. That's what it's doing right now. And the energies are high, and I'm feeling good. And I hope you're feeling pretty good. Now, my hair is doing the Schumann wave too, it looks like. Okay. If you're feeling wonky or you got some symptoms you're not enjoying right now, and you have a bracelet from my online shop, or you have the wristband that grounds you, which is also on there, put it on now. Or if you have a pendant, a scalar pendant. Or if you have, here, hold on. If you have a shungite pendant. All of this is on that page to help you flow with these energies. I mean, I've been wearing them since the 90s. I've been using energy devices since the 1990s. That's right. I would wear them anyway, but I saw all the people suffering and I wanted to help. And so I went on a search, a worldwide search, and I found the sources. I found good quality. No, there's no radiation in any of this. None. We've even had one of our tribe bought a radiation detector. I forget what they call that. And they checked. There was no radiation coming off the scalar stuff, nothing. It's very healthy, very good, high quality. Oh my, someone else is sending me some more stars. Danette, thank you. 99 stars, 99 cents. Thank you so much for that. Love back at you. And a lot of the things that I'm making available to you guys, I don't have one of them right here. It's the one that has like the swirl design on it. The scalar pendant. They're selling it all over Facebook and everywhere else for $100, $180, and I make it available to you. Well, one of them is available for $20. I did that one so anybody could have it. And then the more expensive one that costs me more, it's a bigger, heavier piece of jewelry, still has the same efficacy. It is $65. And I may have to go up on this stuff because the prices have gone up of what it cost me. But what I'm saying is I put it on there at the best price that I can because I want this stuff to help you all. I don't like seeing you all suffer. It's horrible for me. You know, people talking about migraine headaches and sick to their stomach and so dizzy they can hardly function or so weak they can't get up out of the bed. I mean, this is bad. And I don't want you to feel that way. I certainly don't want me to feel that way. One day I forgot to wear my necklace and I had this awful headache and I thought, what's with me? I don't get headaches. And I realized I took it off for some reason, didn't put it back on. So I put it back on and boom, the headache disappeared. It really does work. It's real technology. Okay, sorry. I wanted to get that out there. I want everybody to have access to what will help them. And if nothing else, take your shoes off and go walk in the grass. It will ground you instantly, within a minute. All the excess energy that is making you feel fritzy, maybe causing pain in your joints and body, maybe giving you a headache, dizziness, whatever. Hot and cold chills, the way that our bodies react is astounding. But within a minute, it should clear that out of you. We just got to be very conscious. So, yes, it's blasting. That is definitely blasting. And it's happening right now. This is a live image. Let me refresh it real quick. Let's see if it's advanced any. There's the black spikes, and yes, it has advanced. Look at that. We got a whole nother big red spike that has jumped in here. Sorry about the moray. I can back it off a little bit. That's what we called it in commercial art anyway. Back in the day, when I was a commercial artist, where we actually did cut and paste things. Actually, we used wax. I definitely did use X-Acto blades, and I'm fond of them. I hardly ever use scissors. I use X-Acto blades. It became a habit back then. Oh, big hugs to you, Triggy. All right, so there's our big black spikes, okay? Big opportunity there. Let's move on down the charts and just take a quick look. A really fast look. It has been intense. This is showing 3 days. And up till now, we have had intense energies, and this shows it also. And this, all these spikes on the graph, all the way through. I put one on earlier on the page. Whoop, that's interesting looking. It's a magnetic field. And this one is the one I put on earlier, and you can see it has shifted to the left. What's on the right is always the most recent. And here we have a total dropout in this graph and way out the top. We don't know how high that's going. And look at all this activity. It is an intense, energetic time. And it's being triggered by many things. But one thing I want you to know, these energies are here to help us. I'll tell you another thing. Many people are overly concerned about the energies being sent by people with ill intent or being created out of ill intent. And that is possible with some things. If you live next to certain electrical tower facilities, you definitely need to take care of yourself to deal with those energies if they're very close to you. Or move if you can. I'm out in the middle of the boonies, try to get away from all that. I moved here before it was even a real issue. But I don't have 5G. It's not even available here at my house, and I'm fine with that. But when I go into town, of course I'm exposed to it. Wear your stuff. Do what you can to help yourself. But more than anything, your attitude, your heart intent, your frequency will actually take things and change them. You can take something, what is the word I'm looking for? Not there. Oh, well, thank you again, Patty Lynn. My goodness, she just sent me another 100 stars. Yes, thank you. The word, the opposite of it is immutable. It means we take something and it changes from one thing to another. And that happens by our frequency, by our choices, by what we think about. Here's a nice ancient scripture. All things are possible to them who believe. You know? You got a mountain in front of you? Well, take control. Take charge. Proclaim. Announce. Speak to it. And whatever that mountain is that's holding you back, this is your conscious faith, your belief, your ability to visualize, to generate that frequency, to align and work with Source in the quantum field. In the quantum field, anything is possible. Anything at all. Anything. That's where we break free of the matrix. That's where we bust through this glass or brass ceiling. That's where miracles occur. What are miracles? Miracles break our established, accepted laws of nature or of the matrix. But they do not hold us. Miracles happen often. And I've seen a bunch of them. Okay, so the energies are intense right now. That is fuel for you. It is fuel. What will you do with it? Very much all depends on what you want to do with it, what you choose to do with it, what you intend to do with it. Now, let's talk about this. Y'all send some love and good stuff to me because I'm going to deliver this message. And whatever this tickle in my throat is, it can stop. Hang on, I'm going to take a nice big drink. It may be just a little drainage suddenly decided to occur. It sure does cause a tickle when you're trying to talk. Oh, now my nose is itching. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. It's going to happen. Oh, Chipper has joined us. Hey, Chip. Want to say hi to the people? Come on. You'll come up? You do or you don't? Oh, I think you do. There's our Chipper boy. Say hi to, oh, say hi to him. Maybe not. Oh, he's a beautiful kitty cat. Yes, you are, boy. Okay. Whew. Now, let's talk. I'm going to get a little deep and serious here. Are y'all ready? It is now 3:13 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Clear the old pipes out. Wow. So, I'm going to drop some stuff here. And I'm going to share some things. And I want you to take it and use it. I want you to take it like I've handed you new equipment, if it's new to you. Maybe you already know all this, and that's good. Great. Then join me in creating what we're going to be creating. And let me begin. So now it's 3:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this amazing day, September the 23rd. There has been so much talk about this day coming. This is many things, right? It goes by many names. It is an auspicious day. It is a day that people note, look towards, and make plans around. But others have been prognosticating things are going to kick in today and happen. Well, all I can say, the best thing is to stay in a frequency of love, of unconditional divine love, so you will be ready for whatever is coming. Ha! And no fear is allowed. Fear is in the enemy's camp. Fear is what they want you to experience. If anyone or anything you're listening to, looking at, being in the presence of, whatever sensory gate it's coming through, if it triggers fear in you, I wouldn't stay with it. I would dump it so fast it would make everybody's head spin, because we are what we consume. And fear is bad business. Fear is things appearing real that aren't real. Fear is an alignment with something that is being pushed out there. And we can overcome all of that. We can move and shift things. Why? Because this is our world. The earth was given to the sons and daughters of mankind. This is our world. We carry the codes and the keys, and we are working in the field of quantum possibilities with our prime creator source. We are one with source and with one another, called Great Spirit, God, Jesus, whatever works with you. Just know what you are aligning with, which is our source, our creator. And we work together. And in this place, all things are possible to us. There's no limitation. There's abundance. So let's talk about this. Okay. These are a few points I wrote down, and I saw something, and I got some of this from that. It was beautifully said, and I'm like, yeah, that brings it down to where the rubber hits the road, so to speak. What does the dark fear? You can call it the cabal, you can call it the underbelly of the system, you can call it whatever you want, okay? What does it fear? What is it worried about? What are they worried about? Them, the reptilians, the alignment that is working with this darkness. And it is out there, yes, but we don't focus on it. But let's just talk about, what do they fear? They're not afraid of us protesting, though it's good if you feel led to do that. If you want to march at a peaceful protest, if you want to get out and make your opinions known, if you want to show what you're for, and that's what you feel you are to do, then good. But they're not afraid of that. What they are afraid of, listen, this is good. They are afraid of frequency alignment. You know how we get together on here and we do the heart-brain coherence meditation, 3 few little teeny minutes, and I get so much incredible opposition on our page. Why? Because we are in unity. Not just during the heart-brain coherence, though we are. We experience astounding stuff during those 3 minutes. We feel this incredible love and oneness with one another and connectedness with Source. And, you know, all of a sudden your heart that is connected to the quantum field of possibilities communicates with your brain. And the torus field, power field that's here and here come together and connect. And now they're in coherence, you know? And now your brain, which is grand central, that controls your body, your emotions, all that stuff, it has the answer for why you have that headache or why you're feeling anxiety. I mean, it's powerful to be in alignment. It's powerful to be hooked in and connected to our source and to the quantum field of possibilities. We can give it some traditional names, but we don't need to. I believe you all know what I'm talking about. So, that is something that is feared by darkness. And we receive some beautiful opposition because of it. Number 3. Okay, so 1 is they're not afraid of simple stuff, normal things that are inside this matrix. They're not afraid of our protests and things like that necessarily, unless we're walking in love and unity and harmony. Then that becomes dangerous. 2, they fear frequency alignment. Oh my goodness. It says my battery is running down. That's amazing. That was like quantum speed. That shouldn't even be happening. Let's see if this one will work. Okay. It's now charging. Wow. That was amazing. Nothing's amazing. It doesn't surprise me. Okay. They fear frequency alignment. Number 3. When we, human beings, remember that this realm is a co-created simulation. Did I say that? Maureen! Maureen is sending me 250. Oh, it's going to be funny. Thank you, Maureen. Now kitty cat nose and ears and makeup. How about that? Thank you for the 250 stars. I appreciate it, Maureen. So when a human remembers or knows this realm is a co-created simulation, what does that mean? Okay, let me give you an ancient scripture. We are co-laborers in the field of Source, God, the Lord. Co-laborers. Why would we be co-laborers? Because we have been given certain authority and power here in the earth. This place was given to us. And when all that junk happened with the reptilians, the snakes, the devils, whatever you want to call them, we forgot who we were. Oh, but remembering. When a human remembers this realm is a co-created simulation, that is terrifying to them. Why? Because you realize you're not limited. There is no ceiling over the top of you. Miracles are not out of reach. You're not bound to the rules of this matrix and the limitations. Everything shifts. Now, they may have hijacked the grid, so to speak, with those funny trails in the sky, with media hypnosis. That's right, that's what I said. And other distortions, but their problem is they can override the quantum field. The quantum field. Thank you, Amber Meese. She just sent me 99 stars. Mwah! Thank you. Oh, Chipper. Chipper is talking to you. I hear you, and they hear you too. They can't stop us because the quantum field is like a whiteboard, and we write on it whatever we want. We draw on it. We put experiences in. We do it with our intention. We do it with our words. We do it with our hearts, by our frequency, what we think about, etc., etc. They cannot do a thing about it because that's outside their range of influence. They weren't made for that. They're very limited. They're not even supposed to be here. This place was made for us. Okay. People who break outside of the matrix, out of that grid that's been tampered with and perverted and twisted and made to be a limit, we become a glitch in the matrix. Which means we step outside of it. Okay, so how do we become a glitch in the matrix? We do it by aligning ourselves with truth and beauty, love. Not just mushy-gushy love, with divine unconditional love. We step away from judgment. We step away from the arrogance that tells us we can judge people. we step away from all that and we enter into a place where we're no longer playing sides in a game that is all part of the matrix system. Yes, Chipper, everybody can see you, baby boy. He knows we see him. Did you see his little tail start going and he turned to the side? You funny cat. This is real. This is the real world. And throughout history, certain people have broken out of this limiting space that we call the matrix. They've broken out of this simulation that makes us all think we have to live this way by these rules, but we don't. We don't. Okay, so to become a glitch in the matrix, we align ourselves with truth and beauty and connection with one another and with our source, our unlimited source. And we become actual creative powers. We take action through these spiritual ways. And the control structure they worked so hard to create, it collapses. It cannot fight that. They can't fight it. They're counting on our reactions. But when we choose to hold, you all see me write that all the time. I say, much love to you all as we hold the high frequency of divine unconditional love. We are changing our world. And we are. We're changing our world. We're changing the world of people around us. We are shifting reality. Isn't that exciting? These are not just words, they're real. And I've shared with you all before, you know, I have been laying hands on someone at a meeting where I was speaking and teaching. It was in the Northeast in this case. A woman had a tumor the size of a fist at the base of her spine. And as I was laying hands on her, and I won't go into the whole details, but I do it in oneness with the Lord, with Creator, with Yeshua. I lay those hands that I know Creator's hands are in there too. And in about 4 minutes, that tumor was completely gone. And in its place was perfect, brand new skin. Yeah, that happened. That happened. A lot of things like that have happened. It is real. It's possible. And there's a couple of people on this live who have joined us that are friends of mine for like 30 years. And they have seen a huge amount of this with me. Okay, now, let's keep talking. Are y'all with me? Are you hanging in there? Don't let your prejudice, don't let what you've been taught to be against mess with our time together in unity. We're talking principles that are bigger than these little boxes they try to make us think in. To be against this, be against that, be mad at this, to be put out with that. Let's think outside of those things. And love will do it. You know, I love the illustration someone shared with me years ago of a bunch of ducks who were living in little cages in the water in a lake. And the cages, you know, went up above the water just a little bit. But the ducks couldn't get out of the cages. They were swimming in the water inside these little cages that were like 5 by 5, 5 feet by 5 feet. And there'd be a whole other group of them here and a whole other group here and here. And then the water began to rise. Think of that as love. The water began to rise and it rose above the cages, and now all of a sudden all the ducks are one. They're connected, they're fellowshipping with one another, they're swimming together, and the divisions are gone. That's what love does to us. It frees us from all this foolishness and these divisions we've been told we gotta be a part of. I refuse to play parts. I refuse to take sides. I do stand with principles of what is right and what is wrong and what is loving and what is not. But when I hear, I'll be honest with you, as shocking as this may sound to you, when I hear wars, I will not take a side. Because how much of what we're hearing is true? How much of what we're hearing is actual? And you know, they mention a country as if it's evil and this one is good. But you know what? It's the leaders that are the problem. At least on one side, or in both. The people are not the problem. There is no our side and your side. We are all human beings living on this earth. And we're choosing oneness, and we're choosing unity, and we're choosing to look at what we have in common instead of what we've been told to be against. And to focus on all our differences. Well, I like the differences, to be honest. I love it that many of you are from different parts of the world than I am. I love it that your cultures are different, that your beliefs are different. I think that's fabulous. I love it, truthfully. And I refuse to cooperate with that system. Okay. So when we choose to hold our frequency and speak, and this was amazing, even this little thing, it said it was, part of it was from ChatGPT. It said when we speak our codes, I was amazed to see that, the codes that awaken even one other person, when you do that, you are destabilizing their system. The enemy, these people that are against us. I have heard God say to me, Spirit say to me over and over, Marguerite, there are codes on your face. There are codes in your eyes. I've shared this with you all. There are codes in your voice and in your touch. There are codes that those who are looking at you are reading, whether they realize it or not. And when I meet people and I look in your eyes, you know there are laser beams that come from our eyes to another person. This has been proven scientifically. The eyes really are the window of the soul. And the codes that are there, we receive from one another. We need to look into one another's faces. I don't get to look into y'all's faces right now, but you can look into mine. And I was told there are codes in my face, and that you are reading them. That's amazing. And so this part that I'm telling you about right here, it says when we choose to hold our frequency and speak or vibe, that's my way of saying it, codes that come out from us awaken even one person, then we're destabilizing the system, this matrix, this inhibiting thing. Now I'm just going to read these quickly to you. Number one, stop feeding them attention. They harvest our negative emotions. We know that. We have heard it. We have experienced it. You know, we saw a huge gathering recently. A gathering of many, many people, and many gatherings around the world because of something that was done that was very bad and sad. But I watched as it was turned into a love fest. These people, these amazing human beings made in the image of Source, chose to move in love and oneness and harmony. And groups all over the world were doing a similar thing. And it wasn't a loosh fest. It wasn't like sorrow and misery and darkness and grief and anger and fear. None of those negative things were prevalent from what I could tell. Therefore, These reptilians, these dark things that feed on our louche, as it is called, these negative emotions, we're not getting much feeding from that. Maybe there were some out there that were in that vibe, but they were creating a love vibe. I watched it. I was amazed. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. There was no hatred or anger or fear or any of that junk that I saw. There was hope and love and forgiveness. And I'll say it again. Forgiveness is the gateway into the spirit, the quantum field of possibilities, into the kingdom of heaven, into 5D. Forgiveness is the gateway. You gotta forgive yourself and let everyone else go too. Because if you don't, you're stuck in judgment. And therefore you're stuck in karma. You're stuck in the sowing and reaping and repaying. And who wants that? Good heavens. We don't. I don't. So, we choose to hold our frequency, and the codes going out from us are healing, restoring, giving messages, secrets, messages of peace and healing and wholeness and what's possible, and reminding us who we are. It's beautiful stuff. And so we stop feeding these things attention. We quit feeding the monsters. Number 2, we're not here to attack and save the world by attacking. We're here to be so aligned with Source and with one another and with love that the spell that others are under begins to crack and break apart and break open. That was good. I like that. Number 3, don't take sides. Ari sort of said that. You know, politics, wars, fears, where one sits against another. Let's don't join with that stuff. Let's just realize we're all humans, and the bottom line is real normal human beings just want to live. They want to be loved, and they want to love. They want to have their families. They want to live together and enjoy this beautiful world. That's the real people here. All this other stuff is, what, call them elites or whatever you want to call it. We don't need to focus on it or take sides. We need to focus on being one in love and truth. Nothing is impossible to us when we believe. Literally. I don't know what all is going to come today or tomorrow. I know many people are seeing many possibilities, but this is what I will say to you all. Reality is fluid. It is constantly changing. What you focus on, what you set your intentions on, what you let yourself feel, and that you partake of, what you identify with, that will be and is your reality. You know? I believe even when we're talking about prophecy, you know, prophecy comes from all different groups, all kinds of cultures, time periods, religions, etc. I know about biblical prophecy. Cats are running and having fun. I know that we see multiple endings presented in biblical prophecy. And it used to annoy me. And I was like, this one says that, this one says that, and this bunch thinks they've got it all down pat. And yet they didn't even recognize Jesus when he showed up. The religious leaders didn't even know who he was. They killed him. Of course, then he rose from the dead and busted the whole thing wide open for us. But I don't believe anybody has this thing down pat. We won't know until we know. But the thing I have observed, there are people who believe we're going to have a big solar flash and the whole earth is going to explode in flame. Some people believe only the sun side of the earth is going to explode in flame. Some people believe that we're going to have a big polar shift and all of a sudden north is going to be south, south will be north, and part of the earth is going to freeze and part of it's going to burn up. Okay, I will quote the Master, be it unto you, even as your faith, or even as you believe. That's how big this is. All things are possible to them who believe. What will you create? What will you choose? What will you have? What will you let be the fuel that motivates your life? Fear? No, I don't think so. Not this bunch. Not you. If fear still has you a little bit, it can go. It is going. It cannot stay if you choose to move on past it. Yes, you heard that. Woo! Getting chills all over. That was a transmission from Source. Everybody just take a deep breath right now. Just breathe in through your nose and let it out when you're comfortable through your mouth. You ready? Let's do it again. It's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. Our source is love. Our creator, our prime creator is love. The Most High is love. The one that we come from is love. It's going to be all right. Just relax. And know that even your fear cannot stand. If you've been struggling with it and you don't want it, it will have to go. Things are changing, and they're changing quickly, and they're changing for the better. And what we may see is the polarities are becoming very clear. Those of us who've chosen light, love, truth, peace, oneness, are finding we are becoming brighter. And you may have some discomfort during the changes that are even coming into these photonic energies, because change can cause a little discomfort. It's hard sometimes for your brain to make whole neurosynaptic connections, to work, to transform and hook in new hardware and software. But you're a lot different than you were a short while ago. Think about where you were a year ago or 5 years ago. You've changed for the better, haven't you? You know things you didn't know before, and you know them on a level you couldn't even grasp at a certain time back in your life. We are living in days of incredible shift, where what used to take a lifetime can happen like that. It's a very exciting time. And it's going to be okay. Choose your frequency. How do you choose it? Say it out loud for one thing. One of the things that makes us different from animals in general, for sure, is our ability to speak. It is powerful. The power of life and death is in the tongue. The power to create, to speak into existence, is in our voice, our tongue, our words. Our words can be spirit and life. we can choose our intentions and align ourselves with that truth and life and love, and shift the atmosphere by what we allow to come out of our mouths. So make a choice. Say out of your mouth, I choose love. I choose love, not fear. That's what I choose. Just say it. And then stop a minute and see yourself like that. See you with your new superpowers. See yourself with a heart that is fearless. See yourself reaching out and loving people because you're not concerned about you anymore. You're not concerned or afraid of being rejected. On the contrary, you have discovered unconditional divine love that is fearless. It only wants to love and care for that other one there, and receives joy as it does it. Doesn't need anything back. This is who we truly are. That is us without limits. What you imagine, your imagination is like a birthing canal. It looks like a wide open funnel on one end and through and an opening in space, out in the quantum field. And when you think it, you begin to imagine it, you begin to see it, you image it, you let yourself feel it like it's already happening. It moves through, boom, and it manifests in this realm. It's powerful stuff. These principles are in the Word. These principles are in spiritual truths and teachings being said in so many different ways all around the world. Thank you all for being who you are. I was bragging on you today, talking about what a beautiful family and tribe we have. I said to this person, they love me. It's amazing how they love me and how I love them. And it's for real. It's bigger than me. It's bigger, maybe, than you. It is, it's extraordinary. And why are we being opposed, beloved? Because they consider us a group and a people that can dismantle their system they worked so hard to hold human beings under for millennia. And we're at the end of that time. We're at the end of an age. We're at the beginning of a new one. And they are very frightened. They are like what they try to promote. They're afraid. They're angry. They're filled with hate. They're filled with anxiety. That's them. It's not us. And we will not align with that. We're at the end of the age. We're getting ready to step into the new one. Whether you call it 5D, fifth dimension, where there's peace and love, the age of Aquarius, where there's not lack but abundance, where sickness has dwindled away to nothing because people are whole deep inside. They know who they are. They understand the way we're all one. Therefore, they quit hurting one another, knowing they hurt you, they hurt themselves. They're not broken inside. Therefore, dis-ease has no place in them. No one is stealing or trying to take from someone else or feeling jealous, because abundance is everywhere. All of a sudden, we human beings will remember who we are. We are creative beings working in this quantum field with the one who made us and who gave us all of this and is for us in every way, and that we're one with one another. I mean, 5D is a beautiful place, whatever you call it, whatever name you give it. This is where we are going. We're standing on the precipice. We're standing at the threshold. It's like we're standing at the edge of a cliff looking over a beautiful valley of a whole new world, new earth. And these who are trying to stop this from happening, they can't. They cannot stop what is coming. It's so much bigger than you can phrase it. That's where we are. And we are a threat to them. I'm going to tell you this. I thought about not telling you. I'm going to tell you. You remember probably about a week ago, I said to you all, pray, send love and blessing and life to every public figure you know that is doing good. Everybody who is making an impact or is seen by the public. Even little old me. You know, I'm amazed when I look and see that the metrics on this platform say we've had 9.6 million people visit this page in 28 days. That's wild. That's crazy to me. I can't even grab that number in my head and process it. But you all have seen how I get cut off, how I have to post things over and over because they throw me offline. The lives tend to hold up. I'm grateful for that. Let me tell you what happened the other night, a few nights ago. I was driving out to my home. First of all, I want you all to take a breath and prepare your hearts, and I don't want you to be upset about what I'm going to tell you, okay? Realize it's all in control. It's under control. I am protected. I am blessed. I've had people see the huge angels that hang around me. We're talking about stories tall, some of them. Feet way down in the basement and way out the top of the house. They've been seen by people. I have seen them. I am well protected, and I'm so grateful for that. I was on my way home the other night, driving down a 2-lane country highway, and all of a sudden this big truck, like a dually pickup truck, I couldn't see it well, it was dark, headlights were on bright, right up against me. They were right on my tail. And I looked and I said, don't like that. And so I said a few things to the Lord, and they came in closer and closer. I could see the reflection of my rear lights, which were red, reflecting in their extra headlights that had a lot of chrome. That's how close they were. So after a little while, and I'm not a fearful driver, I'm a very good driver. I've been teasingly called Marguerite Andretti, and I'm a very capable driver, and I enjoy driving. And I just gently, holding my foot on the gas, put my foot on the brake too, so they saw me put on the brakes to let them know, you need to back off. Well, they backed off a little bit, and then they came back up. And I thought, what a bummer. Came to an intersection of two of these 2-lane highways at a stoplight, and this truck turned to the right. I thought, good, but I had a funny feeling about it. And I went straight. And then as I went along, and mind you, it's a 2-lane road, the person in front of me was going 40 miles an hour in a 55-mile-an-hour zone. And I'm like, what's this about? This is odd. Meanwhile, I could feel that spidey sense. I knew something was up. All of a sudden, after about 3 miles down the road from where that vehicle took a right, it's back behind me, and I'm pinned in with a vehicle in front of me going very slow. And I saw it was back, and I was once again talking to the Lord and aware of my angels. And it was right there behind me. And then it came to the place where I was to turn off to go down a little road to get to my property. And it turned there also. And I thought, okay, it's on. And so I kicked the accelerator and I took off down my little country road and hit my driveway, which has been widened recently, and it's in very good shape. It's still dirt, but it's good. And it goes way up. I mean, we're talking about a steep incline down into my acreage. I hit it at about 40 miles an hour, and I took the road up to the top, and it had a big billow of dust behind me. And I was getting ready to go over the top, and I looked in my rearview mirror and saw the dust lit up by headlights, which were following me. And I was like, okay, this is not good. So I took off down my long driveway and arrived at my house. And I'm going to say it, please don't be appalled. We live in the country, and there are a lot of wild animals here, though the wild animals and I get along as a rule. But there are wolves and coyotes and bobcats and lots of animals that could be considered dangerous. And I'll just say it, I have firearms. I live out here. I'm a sharpshooter, according to military standards. And I was a sharpshooter from the first time I picked up a firearm. It's just in there. I was tested in school, of all things. Got a medal. And there it is. And I ran out of my car, locked the door on my way, got in my house, locked the door behind me, zoomed upstairs, got my necessary equipment, walked out onto one of my upper decks and listened to see if anyone was coming up my driveway further. I didn't hear anything. I think they stopped, which was good, but there was someone of all things in the woods right next to my house, which is about 200 yards away. And it was nighttime. And so there's a warning shot to the nonsense going on, and I hope y'all love me despite this. Okay, not gonna say more about that. We'll just say I put 3 warning shots straight into the ground below my balcony, and everything went silent. But my point is, I've had trucks, big 18-wheelers, try to run me off the road. On the freeway, I have been surrounded by 18-wheelers that begin to crush in on me. Well, I called out to my master and amazingly slipped through an impossibly narrow area and escaped. We have an enemy. So what? I am protected. When we are working with light, with love, with Creator, with God, with Source, we're protected. And there's nothing to be afraid of. But what makes us a threat to these dark forces is the very love we walk in. It is the oneness, the fact that we are breaking free of this system. We're breaking free of this whole matrix by the love, by the truth, by the oneness we understand. So these things I've shared with you, you probably already know all of it. Sometimes it's good to hear it again. Love one another. If you want to say something kind to someone, go ahead and say it. You are building them up. You are dressing them. You are equipping them to be who they are meant to be. Call out the beauty you see. Make the compliment. Say it. Do that uncalled for kindness. Do that thing. Walk a bright path. Dance light and love through this world. Embrace those who need embracing. And love the ones you love. And speak life over those that you love around you, as well as those you come in contact with as we walk through this world. And realize who you are. Realize who you are and what you're capable of. That you have power. Yes, this is real. It is a beautiful and volatile time. Volatile meaning changing. When an island or a continent is being created and coming up out of the ocean, that is a beautiful and volatile time. It is a major changing time. And it's a good thing. And we are breaking out of this matrix. We're breaking out of this false boundary thing. We're breaking out of this simulation. And we are coming into and remembering who we really are. It's time, beloved. This is not going to be a prison planet anymore. Those who have imprisoned and stolen and made us forget who we are, we're waking up. We're reading the codes. They're coming in through the sun, from central sun, from the Schumann resonance, from one another. We're reading them and experiencing them, and we are being changed, and it is for the better. How do you change DNA in a laboratory? With light. With light. Light is what changes DNA. That's what brings shifts. There's incredible light coming in. Light never has been known before, cannot be measured. This is what we watch when we watch space weather and the Schumann resonance. We're watching photonic energy. It is light. It is fuel for us. It is fodder for us to move forward and bring in this new earth and be a part of it and be one with one another and refuse the old, negative, ancient ways that do not fit in with us anymore. Because we remember who we are and we know who we are. And I'm going to shut up now. Let me look quickly. What's happening? Oh, Kumiana is still blasting, beloved. Let me refresh everything and I'll show you. I'm not necessarily seeing any more black spikes. Well, yes, I am. Hang on. Hang in there with me. We're going to do our 3-minute meditation. Oh, thank you, Cassandra. 111 stars. Nice number. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Here we are. This is what we saw happen right before we came on live. And here are those spikes we were watching. And we are still happening here, but the big ones were right when we began. There's no telling what's getting ready to happen. There's more. We can see it right here. This one will sometimes show you what you can't see yet up here, but it's covered up a little bit by this scale. Okay, exciting times. Exciting, exciting times. Thank you, Ilsa. Yes, and I love you all much, and we are one. Don't let anything separate you. Don't let anything tell you that we aren't one, because we are. We are together, connected, and one. We came here for this. Let's bring it on through. Let's bring it on through. And let's do the heart brain coherence meditation. Quickly, I'm not going to go into everything except for to say, let's activate our superpowers. Let's get that junk DNA activated, which is one of the things this does. So let's do it, shall we? Touch your heart area. Bring your attention right here. Imagine you're breathing in and out from the heart area. So breathe in. And out. And breathe in again. And out. Scientifically works. Now, think of something you're very grateful for. Something you're thankful for. Something that makes you feel warm fuzzies. Maybe your puppies, your kitties, your family, your home. Something beautiful happened to you recently. I always think of the day of my spiritual awakening. Oh, who did that? I had my eyes closed. Thank you, Amy. I think it's Amy. Thank you. So think about something you're really grateful for. And don't hold back letting yourself feel it. If the feelings come, let them come. Just focus on it. Think about how grateful you are. I will let you know when the 3 minutes is up. So, don't you worry about the 3 minutes. I will alert you. Okay? So, touch the heart area. Breathing in and out from the heart when you think about it. Thinking and feeling. Letting yourself feel what you're very grateful for. Let us begin now. you feel before we started, and how do you feel now? And if you want to share that in the comments, I would love it. If you had anxiety, do you feel peace now? Is your headache gone that you might have had? Is your heart evened out? You feel love, connectedness between all of us and your source. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you. Thank you for the 500 stars. $5. Thank you. Gee whiz, I love you all. And I feel your love right back at me. Amazingly, what we just experienced together during our 3-minute heart brain coherence meditation, if you come back and replay this, it's the same thing. There's no distance in spirit. There's no time, distance, or space, no limits. We stepped into that quantum field together, and it's pretty darn beautiful. So I love you. Oh my goodness, thank you, Marie. 99 cents. Love you all much. I'm gonna hop off of here. Thank you for hanging out here with me this whole time and creating what we have created. And I will be seeing you soon. And remember, oh, thank you, Kathy, for 20 stars. Thank you. Remember, we're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D, Kingdom of Heaven, the Millennium, New Earth, on and on and on. Notice my eyes change color when we do the heart rate coherence. They shift. Oh, who is this? Share Bear. Thank you, Share Bear, for 500 stars. Mwah! Thank you all so much. Wow. Any more before I jump off? I will stay here just a moment more so that the fun things y'all are shooting at me will hit. Wow. What a wonderful time we've had. Thank you so much for loving me. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. And you Schumanites, hang in there. Hold that line. Hold on to that frequency of unconditional divine love. We are changing our world. See ya.